Guys, Chad, Horrible Modeler here. Reshooting the intro here. I had made one earlier and it didn't work. Anyhow, this is kind of rewinding the clock here. I got a lot of progress done on the Galactica. This quick update just basically shows how I was going through and painting the whole thing, focusing on really darkening up the insides of the rib detail and everything to kind of bring that out, and then dusting over, with dusting over the armor plates and stuff like that to kind of give them some texture and color too. First base coat, really. Once I get it together, I'm going to do a lot more to it. I think in the intro I was kind of explaining on how I was kind of doing things, it seemed to me, kind of backwards, how I had everything wired in sub-assemblies and was trying to piece it all together that way instead of building everything from the inside out and just attaching the wires in the end. You can see now I did have it all back together, but I had one light that failed on me, so I had to tear it back apart and resolder up that connection, which gave me an opportunity to remask and repaint the FTL drive, so that way I can avoid a lot of light leaks. So anyway, I'm going to upload this with the other updates that I did and put it all together, and I should be back in a day or two maybe with a complete Galactica and maybe get started on some of those decals. Anyway, thanks a lot. Talk to you guys later. So I've got a few parts set up here in the spray bay. You can see I've already got this painted with my base coat of the polished aluminum, and then basically what I'm doing is I'm lightly dusting over the armor plates just to break them up a little bit, and then in here in all the rib detail I am really going heavy with the magnesium, and you can see in some spots that it's a lot lighter. So what we'll do is just come in. I just keep going over these a couple times to darken everything up, try to get a consistent shade going. The all-clad's really easy to control in here because it's such a low air pressure, so it makes spraying this down a lot easier. You can see just that little bit there that we've got a more consistent darker shade going on. So let me just get in here real quick. That one looks pretty good. Done the same thing with some of the other parts. You can see how here again in the rib detail I've sprayed it in darker. A little bit of overspray in areas, but like I said, this is going to be this model, the paint job with the damage and the effects of space and everything. It's a lot more forgiving than anything else that you would normally do. There's the rest of the whole assembly that I have done with a couple engines on the end. That's about it for this. Let me switch camera angles then, and I'll show you what we have done as far as assembly. Okay, so after painting again and some assembly, here is where I am at right now. I have two of the engines mounted on top here, and I also have the hangar bays mounted. The paint job looks pretty good right now. It's going to look better. Still got some more spraying to do, and obviously all the Aztecing on the armor plates. But you can see all the little extra details I added. I might have added a little bit too much detail, but it's going to look good, I think, when it's all done. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you guys are going to build this model and you want to light it with, your red lights, your white lights, all 6 blues, 4 for the engines, 2 for the FTL drives,
you really are going to have to use this magnet wire or the thinnest gauge wire you can get, thin gauge speaker wire, something, just because you have to basically thread this stuff through, these these retracting arms here and out of the bottom, and it's a tight squeeze. I'm not gonna lie, and I still have more wiring to go in here. Wires for the rear engines and the wire here for the head, and then of course the wires that are going to come out of the bottom for the stand. So, which I'm getting to work on that. I've got a pretty special surprise for that stand, and it has something to do with this. So we'll just have to save that for later. But going back into the paint booth and stuff, I smoothed out some of that. You can see how much more of the magnesium I sprayed down in the rib detail and left it out, just kind of a mist coat over top of the aluminum. I still need to go back in and I need to do the bottom here and the back, and then I got to try to figure out how to smash the rest of this together. So no really big surprises or anything. I do know for a fact that I will from now on use the regular red Testors glue as much as I can. Boyd from Trek Works talks about how it's just such a great glue, and I know there's been a lot of advancements in glue. I use a lot of different CAs and stuff. The Satellite Guy stuff I've been using, I really like, but it just seems that nothing really melts that plastic together and holds that stuff like this Testors Red Tube. Your 5-minute epoxy and stuff like that works good on some stuff, so you can break it apart. But I'm just really impressed with just how much stronger my parts are holding together. I'm so used to using the Tamiya Extra Thin, which is great and it works, but I've also had experiences where pieces and parts of it have fell off after I've used it. So I guess that's about it for this update. Hopefully next time we're together, everything will be completely assembled, unless I run into something that I think you guys might want to see when you go to build this. So that's about it for this update then. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask about anything. Until then, I will see you guys later.